Hey, what's going on? My name is Benjamin, and I'm going to be walking you through the installation of your DAP tune for a 2010 Toyota Tundra. This should be applicable for all Toyota Tundras from '07 all the way to the newest models, as long as you have the 5.7. Included in the packaging that you're going to be getting with the box that Shrek sends you out is going to be the tuner, the programmable tuner, the USB stick, USB cable so you can plug this in to your computer so you can upload and download your new files, and your OBD cable so you can communicate with the truck through the OBD port. It's also going to be sending you your invoice stapled to your instructions. So I'm making this video just to help you guys out in case the instructions aren't clear enough for you guys. The first thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting this USB stick and you're going to be installing it into your PC so you can download and update your tuner to the newest file. Okay, so the next step after you insert the USB stick into your computer, you should be prompted, if you have a Windows 7 computer or newer, to go ahead and open up the files. So you can go ahead and open that up, and the first thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to read the README document that they have on there. You're going to be getting a screen just like this popping up. Now for sure what you want to do is you want to update to the newest install Adobe Reader, just so you know all the files display correctly on your computer. The next thing you're going to be doing after that is you're going to be reading the handbook PDF for the DIM Sport tuner. Unpack your whole setup, and then from there you're going to be installing this file name on your computer. So that should look like that one. It's going to be a compressed file, and from there you should be able to go ahead and start. It's going to be installing on your computer. If you have a firewall or if you have any virus software, you are going to have to give it permission to go ahead and install on your computer. The next thing during setup is you're going to set up your language for your install. So you have a couple options, English and Italian. Go ahead and pick English if you're American. This is how it's going to be the wizard setup for your MyGenius DIM Sport tuner. You're going to want to make sure that you have all your background programs closed. You just don't want anything interfering with the install of this program. Once you've done that, go ahead and go down to next. From here you're going to be selecting the destination on the computer of where you want the program to be installed. Me, I just like doing it under program files, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit next on that. And then go ahead and hit next again to go ahead and complete the install. I'll be right back as soon as this finishes installing. Okay, if you're running Windows 7, it's going to prompt you to go ahead and install this device software. It's just asking if this is, malware. It's not. You paid a lot of money for this software, so go ahead and just install it on your computer. Okay, so after it's finished installing in your computer, you're going to be getting it's completed, successfully completed. So you're going to run MyGenius client now and hit finish, and that's going to open up the program for you. It's my beautiful wife. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to be doing after you install the DIM Sport MyGenius app on your computer is you're going to be opening up the Adobe Acrobat Reader file. That's the instruction manual for the program. That's going to show you what to do as soon as you download the program onto the computer. First thing you're going to do is you're going to update your tuner. So the first thing that you're going to have to do is plug it in with a USB cable. So it's gonna go through all the steps here. Carefully read these steps. As soon as you're done with that, let's move on to the next step. That's terrible. What am I talking about? Okay, so the next thing you're going to be doing after you read that update page, it's going to be page 6 in the instruction manual. You're going to be getting your tuner. You're going to plug it in with a USB cable and plug it into your computer. Excuse the mess. This is just how I have my whole tower here set up. What you're going to be seeing on your computer as soon as you start the program and you plug in the tuner, it's going to tell you that new updates are present. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go ahead and close the program and proceed with the update. This is just your end user agreement, just letting you know that, hey, if this program messes up your truck, you can't sue us. Pretty much standard. So from here what's going to happen is you're going to see this screen pop up. So it's just going to be downloading the new update for the tuner. Let this go ahead and finish, and then after it's done installing, we'll move on to the next step. By the way, I just wanted to point out that on the actual tuner, so this is the tuner itself, you're going to see that USB communication activated. This is letting you know that it is going to be installing the new updated software onto the tuner. Okay, so as soon as all the files have finished downloading and it finishes updating, you're going to get this notification. Go ahead and click OK. Go ahead and unplug your tuner from the USB. Now, before we go out to the car, I need to read this out to you guys. You guys need to make sure you follow these rules very carefully. Before any operation on the car, check that the vehicle is properly serviced and no warning lights are lit on the dashboard. If anything is wrong with the vehicle must first be serviced and repaired by a car dealer or repair shop. The battery must be fully charged. During all the MyGenius operations on the vehicle, we strongly suggest to connect a stabilized car battery charger. During the reading programming operations, do not unplug the OBD2 wire or perform whatever operation with dashboard. To avoid any communication troubles, do not switch on AC, radio, or any other devices that require car battery power. Follow the instructions requested by the MyGenius. So that tuner is going to be walking you through the steps. Please follow those steps carefully. Do not deviate from those steps. So now that we have that done and I went over these rules, let's go out to the truck and hook it up to the truck. Okay, so here we are outside with the vehicle. Sorry about my seats, they're a little dusty. My truck, I do beat it up pretty good. But what you're going to do is you're going to get that OBD cable and you're going to plug this in. So this is a 2010 Toyota Tundra. You're going to look underneath the dash here and you're going to see your ODB2 port right there. Okay, so now that I have the cable plugged in down on the bottom of the OBD2 port, we're going to be plugging in this cable to the bottom of the DIM Sport tuner. So let me go ahead and plug that in because I only have one hand to work with. Okay, so as soon as you plug in the tuner, it is going to light up without anything being turned on the dash. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to hit work. So right here on the screen, you're going to hit work. Hit identified. Okay, we're going to select Toyota. Then you're going to go down and you're going to find your model. Okay, so I had to go down some, but here we go. Tundra 2 Series. You're going to pick the type of engine that you have. So in case you were wondering between the two selections, the top one is a naturally aspirated engine. The bottom one is a supercharged engine. DAP Tuning does not suggest that you guys do the remote tuning on a supercharged truck. They would prefer to do it in person. So please pick the top choice for the naturally aspirated engines. Okay, so now you're going to follow the instructions on the MyGenius DIM Support Tuner. It says switch on the dashboard, check the connections, and press OK. So I'm going to go ahead and get the key, and we're just going to turn the ignition on. We are not going to turn the vehicle on. From there, we go back here to the tuner, and we're going to hit select. We'll just wait. It's communicating to the vehicle. Identifying ECU, and I'll come back as soon as it's done. So that's it. It's ID'd the ECU. So we're gonna go ahead and turn off the dashboard. We're gonna hit select. There it is. Okay, so after it has identified your ECU, you're going to go ahead and hit select. You're going to hit ID, so hit select again. We're going to do the same process where we're going to turn on the dash. Go back to your tuner and hit select again. Almost done. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and switch off the dashboard. Hit OK over here. Focus. And that's it. Okay, so we're back to the main menu. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the key out. Unplug this first from the tuner. And unplug the OBD cable, and let's go back inside to the computer. So I went ahead and reconnected my USB cable back to the tuner, and we're gonna go on the computer and reopen the program. Okay, now that I've restarted the MyGenius client, you're gonna notice that these two buttons are now selectable. So you're gonna go ahead and hit download from MyGenius. Okay, the device is connected, so we're gonna go ahead and hit next. Now I like to put my file somewhere where I know it's gonna be, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on my desktop. Hit next, and then we're gonna hit yes. And so now what it's gonna do is it's gonna put that .fpf file right on your desktop. After that file has finished transferring to your desktop, the next thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting that file going to your email client, whether it's Yahoo, Gmail, Hotmail, whichever email client you use. You're going to go ahead and close this screen. You are going to find your file. So for me, since I put it on my desktop, it's going to be here. You are going to email that file to daptuning@gmail.com. So there it is right on this paper, so you can't mess up the spelling. daptuning@gmail.com. So for me, I have Gmail. I'm gonna go ahead and hit compose. Go over here, I'm gonna type in DAP tuning. Okay, so after you have the email in there for DAP tuning, I like to put in the subject line just my VIN number .fpf file, so he knows that what I'm talking about. Here's the ID file for my vehicle. I'm gonna hit attach files. Then from here, I'll go over to desktop. And find that file. There it is. That's going to attach it to your email. We're going to go ahead and send that after it's been uploaded and wait. Okay, so after you have emailed your file to DAP Tuning, you're just going to wait a few days just to go ahead and have them re-upload your new MYG file, I believe is what they call it. Stay tuned to the next video for part 2. Part 2, I'm going to be showing you how to download the file onto your tuner and from there upload it into your truck so you can be baptized.